Hey, how's it going, everyone? My name is D, and you're now tuned into New Touch Auto. In this video, I'll show you how to remove your tail light from your Ram Hurricane high output. Now, this is a 25 model. The 2019s and up should have the same process, but we're gonna go ahead and show you the tools that'll be needed. So let's get started. Here's the goal that we're aiming for. We're on the passenger side of the vehicle, and there are things you'll need to know before you attempt this project. Now, you don't want to gouge or break anything while you're doing this, so we're going to show you how to do it the proper way. We'll move over to the driver's side. So here we have 4 connections that's holding this light besides the electrical wires. We have 2 T25 head screws, and then we have 2 plastic screws that we have to remove. Not screws, but clips. We're gonna go ahead and begin here, showing you where the screws are. We have 2. We have one here, and then we have one at the bottom here. Now the plastic clips, one here, and then you go to the top side, you have one behind here. When you remove this one, you wanna go ahead and lift up the hatch gate. When you lift up the hatch gate, you slide it up, remove it that way. Don't attempt to remove both sides because you'll need that hatch gate to be held up at least on one side. We're gonna go ahead and get started on the T25 screws here and remove those first. Then we'll attempt these plastic clips after that. Here's a tip that I like to leave for the beginners. When you're removing screws and you're using an electric tool, you wanna take your time. Most importantly, have it on the low setting. We're gonna start it out on 1. 2 is more powerful. We don't need that. So we're gonna start it out on 1, and you can pretty much dial down the pressure points there. 1 will help us not strip this screw. If you have it too tight or too strong, you can strip the screw from this plastic holding area on the light. Most importantly, when you're installing this, you wanna have it on a low setting. But for safe practices, have it on low setting when you're removing and installing the light. The T25 screws are the metal ones. We're gonna go ahead and remove those on the low setting. For the plastic clips, we're gonna use one of the 11-piece trim removal tool sets. Now, this is something good to have on hand if you like to remove things, or if you're pretty much a person that works on vehicles. This is a good thing to have on hand because all of them are plastic. You still have to be careful when you're using these items. You still can scratch up your vehicle. You just have to be careful, like I said. We're gonna go ahead and attempt it with this one since it has a hook. With this hook, it'll help me get in there, and it'll help me pry that clip out. We're gonna get started with the flat end. Gonna get underneath it. We're gonna lift it, and now we're gonna switch over to the curved end. Once you remove the clip, there's another piece that's there. You get under that the same manner. So when removing the clips, you wanna take your end, you go underneath, in between where the setting is. Once you pry it up, you'll create a gap. In between that gap, you want to slide under the final piece. Slide under the final piece, and you'll pull them out together. If they do happen to separate when you pull it out, just pretty much just put it right back into the slot, but don't push it all the way down. You'll need to place this back inside when it's time to install it. And when you're done removing your screws and your clips, you want to go ahead and place this back on. What you would do is lift up your tailgate, align it, and let it hook on. Then you can drop your tailgate. Now with removing the light, I'm gonna go ahead and take your inside and just take your time prying it out. Once you pry it out, you'll notice that the electrical wiring is there. There's a clip at the top. You press down and you pull out, and your light should remove like so. On the top side of this electrical connection, you have a clip here. You press down on that clip and pull away. Now, if you want to separate this light further so you don't stretch up the panel, you can also remove it from here. You can use your plastic trim tool, or you can just pull it apart. It'll give you a little bit more distance to pull away to disconnect the light. And that completes the end of the process. Thank y'all for checking out this video. And if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button down below. Catch y'all on the next one.